ladies and gentlemen. My name is Alaa, but that's obvious. What's not obvious is how can we differentiate a mentally ill person from a normal person? It's nearly impossible to determine whether the person sitting right next to you is mentally ill or not. For the one thing that mental professions agree to, that it's hard, nearly impossible, to predict which mentally ill person will commit a homicide or suicide. So what do we do? Should we lock them all up? Until 1970s, snatching people from the streets which have symptoms and locking them up was legal. Until a string of courts prevented that, and the American Civil Liberties Union sued the governor to stand up against locking up mentally ill people. So even mentally ill people have rights, and that's what they realized, so they prevented locking them up. According to the point, the other team said that people they voluntarily apply to mental institutes. So that's not our point. Our point is looking up is against their own will. If they are voluntarily going, so why are we debating this? Another point is who bring. No, thank you. Another point is who bring mentally ill people to. Who bring mentally ill people from their homes to institutes. Most likely, policeman gets a call that someone is destroying a supermarket, is doing anything. So he goes there, tease him, force him to the ground, regardless his mental state. Here's an example: an 18 years old kid, Kate Vidal. He had a schizophrenia episode. When the policeman came in, he was shot and murdered just 70 seconds after the policeman came in. The idea of locking up will prove infeasible, hopelessly expensive, and legally impossible. Mentally ill people are targets for abuse in mental institutes. They can get physically abused, maybe sexually abused, and caring for a mental ill person requires a lot of time and a lot of care and a lot of money. So caregivers sometimes don't provide adequate care for the mentally ill person. If they have stress in their own life, so he neglect his person is responsible for who is mentally ill, so that eventually get worse.
You have 1 minute.
No one ever likes to be forced to anything. What we are trying to do, we're trying to bring mentally ill people, depressed people, lock them up, and hope they will be fine and give them some drugs. But what they really need, they need support. They don't need locking up. They need support from their families, friends, and everyone with them. So it's all about feeling to get better. Thank you. I'll take my information.
We didn't say that we expect people to volunteer for our system. No, when they exhibit certain kind of public disturbance, they are then submitted to evaluation. And by the many bodies that my team member just mentioned, we didn't say that. And second, yes, many of them may not commit homicide, but then they are on the street and they are doing a lot of public disturbance. And as you said, the police is going to come detain them. So what do you think is a better option?
And that point will be discussed later. Dr. John Allen, Queensland chief psychiatrist, says, and I quote, it's not really a treatment or therapeutic, but just a way of controlling behavior that could be quite harmful to the patient, leaving them feeling hopeless, lost, and helpless. So psychiatrists agree that locking up is not useful. My last point is we should try to eliminate the stigma associated with mental illness. Some people are afraid of mental ill people, some people mock them, so that you shouldn't do that, only makes them get worse. They need support, love, and support from their family. It's all about feelings, besides some pharmaceutical drugs, and thank you.
Thank you. I have a question for you. Do you think what kind of threat you pose when you release some severely ill, mentally ill patients into the community? What kind of threat you're posing? You're putting the community at risk of assassins and kills everywhere.
Mentally ill people no one can deny that will commit suicide.
Severely ill.
Severely ill?
Yeah, if you're having a severely ill psychotic, maybe he can stab you with a knife while you're walking by. How would you evaluate that?
Severely ill. It will be answered later.
I see, okay.